If you stayed one more year, would you have made the playoff? Because you had that great
We had
defense,
there
and
was, you
Nick
know what?
Fitzgerald could run on everybody.
And that was one of the hard things, it just shows like for me, that
Mhm.
was the hard decision, one of the hardest things I ever do, and to understand this, I know there's all the stories. When I got hired at Florida, the first thing we did is the announcement was made that I got hired at Florida. I think it was at 2 p.m. or 2:01 p.m. I think it was. It was 2:01 or 12:01, or it was a minute after the hour because a team meeting started a minute before then. Everyone's like, "Oh, he didn't even talk to the team." I remember seeing those things that were out there.
Right.
Uh, I was on the phone with Florida. I said, "Nothing, absolutely no one can know I'm taking this job." I took the job the day before, until this time, and nothing got out. And I called Florida. I said, "I'm walking into the team meeting. You can announce anything you want right now." As I walked into that team meeting, so that the players heard it. And after I told all the players of what was going to happen, everyone's phone started blowing up because I was, it was being announced I was leaving.
Mhm.
But the first people that knew were all the players at Mississippi State. That was the first thing I
Wow.
did. And then the unfortunate one is I think I gave a statement for Mississippi State to release because you're on a whirlwind. I got on a plane. Um, like that afternoon, I was on a plane to Florida because I had to go get going and get recruiting, get on the road, and kind of move forward to that next step. I gave this great statement of all thanking everybody and everything we did at Mississippi State, and then a couple days later, I started getting people calling like, "Boy, you just snuck out the back door. You didn't even meet with the team. You didn't do any of this." And then I realized Mississippi State never released that statement. They never
Oh,
released my
wow.
statement. I don't know what the problem was or why they didn't or why the administration didn't
Wow.
want to do that. So I don't know if anybody remembers, my wife and I called the Clarion Ledger in Jackson and bought a full page ad
I remember
where
that
that's
part.
where when I released my statement there, because that was the statement that Mississippi State, I guess the administration refused to release, that I gave them. And then,
Wow.
so it kind of leaked that I snuck out and didn't meet with the team. The first thing I did was meet with the team. They knew before anybody in the media, before it was publicly released. No one knew I took the job. The team knew first. I met with all the players. And the second thing is I had to take that ad out a week later in the Clarion Ledger because Mississippi State didn't release my statement, unfortunately. So,
Coach, we're in Tuscaloosa. You can say things about John Cohen. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I didn't name any individuals, but I'm just saying
Yes.
that
Wow.
it was a shame that happened that way. But just for all Mississippi State fans to know, I mean, like, hey, I loved my time there, loved the players, loved the people.
Yes, sir.
Well,
And
it just blows my mind that, and I'm not putting this on Cohen, but he was the AD at the time, but the statement never got released. That blows my
no,
mind.
it was a shame. So,
Wow. Because
and
you
for
did
me,
so
and
much for that
you
university.
look at my life and my career. I was able to spend 8 total years at Florida, won 2 national championships, but the longest place I've ever been in my life is Starkville, Mississippi. I've never lived anywhere longer in my life.
Oh,
And then
wow.
Starkville, Mississippi, 9 years coaching there. And
Interesting.
so pretty blessed and had a great time there.